You're not overweight. Nobody would call you fat. But when you take your shirt off, something's off. No muscle definition, soft around the middle, and somehow you look both small and doughy at the same time. That's skinny fat. And the frustrating part is that the standard advice almost everyone gives you makes it worse, not better. Here's what's actually happening inside your body. You don't have enough muscle mass to give your frame shape and structure, and you're carrying just enough body fat to blur whatever little muscle you do have. The combination creates that deflated, undefined look, and the worst part is that your weight on the scale looks completely normal. So you don't even feel like you have a problem until you see a photo of yourself and realize you look nothing like you thought you did. The mirror is one thing, a candid photo hits different. Now here's where most guys go wrong. They see the soft midsection, and their first instinct is cardio. Run it off. Cycle it off. Do enough cardio and the fat disappears. And sure, you'll lose weight. But without the muscle underneath to fill you out, you just become a smaller, softer version of the same problem. Less fat? Yes. But also less muscle. You didn't fix skinny fat. You just shrank it down into a smaller package. The other classic mistake is the bulk. Someone tells you that you need to eat more and lift heavy to build muscle. So you go into a calorie surplus, you start training, and 6 months later, you've gained 12 pounds. But 8 of those pounds are fat. Now you're not just skinny fat, you're a bigger version of skinny fat with a looser waistband and the same absence of definition. The bulk made the problem more visible, not less. Both of these mistakes come from treating skinny fat like it's a weight problem. It's not. It's a body composition problem. And that distinction changes everything about how you fix it. So what's the actual solution? You're going to do something that sounds counterintuitive. You're going to eat at a very slight caloric deficit, around 200 to 300 calories below your maintenance level, and you're going to lift weights in a way specifically designed to build muscle at the same time. This is what people in the fitness world call body recomposition. You're simultaneously losing fat and building muscle. It's slower than a dedicated bulk or a dedicated cut. But for skinny fat guys specifically, it's the approach that actually transforms how you look instead of just shifting a number on a scale while your reflection stays the same. Now let's talk about training, because this is where most skinny fat guys make their third mistake. They go into the gym and they do what they see everyone else doing. Isolation exercises, bicep curls, cable flies, tricep pushdowns. They train like a bodybuilder who already has a solid foundation of muscle and is just trying to chisel out the details. But you don't have the foundation yet. You're building from a clean slate. And the most efficient way to build that foundation is through compound movements. Squats, deadlifts, bench press, overhead press, barbell rows, pull-ups. These are the movements that change bodies. They work multiple muscle groups simultaneously. They trigger the strongest hormonal response your body can produce in the gym, and they build the kind of structural full-body muscle that actually changes your silhouette from across the room. One heavy set of squats does more for your overall physique than 3 isolation exercises combined. Your body has to adapt to moving serious weight through demanding ranges of motion, and that adaptation is exactly what starts filling out your frame and pulling the soft edges tight. The rep range matters too, and this is something skinny fat guys consistently get wrong. They gravitate toward high rep, light weight training because it feels like cardio, and cardio feels like fat loss. But sets of 15 to 20 reps with light resistance are primarily building muscular endurance, not muscle size. For size and strength together, you want to train in the 6 to 12 rep range with weights that genuinely challenge you. The last 2 reps of every working set should feel hard. Not dangerous, not sloppy form breaking down. Hard. If you're finishing every set with 3 or 4 reps still easily left in the tank, the weight is too light and you're leaving your results on the floor. Now let's talk about diet, because you can train perfectly and still look skinny fat if your nutrition is off. The single most important variable is protein intake, and most skinny fat guys are eating nowhere near enough of it. Protein is the raw material your body uses to repair and build muscle tissue. Without sufficient protein, even the most well-designed training program produces minimal visible results. The target is roughly 1 gram of protein per pound of your body weight every single day. That sounds like a lot until you start tracking and realize that chicken, eggs, Greek yogurt, cottage cheese, and protein shakes make it genuinely achievable without obsessing over every meal or carrying Tupperware everywhere you go. The second piece is keeping your total calories at that slight deficit, not aggressively low, not a crash diet where you're eating next to nothing and feeling depleted every afternoon. Just a moderate, sustainable deficit that allows fat loss while still giving your body enough fuel to train hard and recover properly. The moment your deficit gets too aggressive, your body starts breaking down muscle tissue for energy instead of body fat. And the last thing a skinny fat guy needs is to lose more muscle. So be patient with the deficit. Slow and steady isn't just advice here, it's the entire game. There's one more area worth addressing that most fitness content completely glosses over: sleep and stress. I know these feel like soft variables compared to sets and reps and macros, but for skinny fat guys, they are directly relevant to why you look the way you do and how quickly you change it. Chronic stress keeps cortisol elevated, and cortisol is almost perfectly engineered to create and maintain a skinny fat physique. It signals your body to store fat preferentially around your midsection and simultaneously signals it to break down muscle tissue for glucose. That's the exact combination that defines skinny fat. Poor sleep does the same thing through a different mechanism. It suppresses testosterone production, blunts growth hormone release, and drives up your hunger hormones, so you're waking up craving the exact foods that make the problem worse. Fix your sleep and bring your stress under control, and you're not just improving your general health in some abstract way. You're directly attacking the hormonal environment that's been working against you this entire time. Here's what a realistic timeline looks like when you do this right. In the first 4 to 6 weeks, not much changes visually. You're building neural strength and motor patterns, your body is adapting to the training stimulus, and you're getting your nutrition dialed in and consistent. Don't judge the process during this phase. The foundation is being laid, whether you can see it or not. Between weeks 6 and 12, you start noticing things. Clothes fit differently in the shoulders and chest. Your posture improves because your upper back and posterior chain are getting stronger and actually holding your body upright the way it should be. The softness around your midsection begins to pull back slightly. You look less like someone who's out of shape and more like someone who's in the early stages of building something. By month 4 or 5, people who haven't seen you in a while start saying something. Not because you've had some dramatic overnight transformation, but because the compound effect of consistently doing the right things has finally broken the surface and become undeniable to people around you. That's when it starts feeling real. Skinny fat isn't a life sentence, it's a starting point. The guys who fix it aren't the ones who found the perfect program or discovered some secret supplement or stumbled onto a hack that compressed 6 months of work into 6 weeks. They're the ones who stopped doing the things that were making it worse and replaced them with the things that actually address the root problem. Build more muscle, lose the excess fat, do both at the same time. Same timeline, different body on the other side of it. The formula isn't complicated. The execution just requires patience, and patience is the one thing most skinny fat guys haven't tried yet.